Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody? This is Jeff from BKJMAC TV, and this is the BKJMAC podcast experience coming to you live on this evening motorcycle-filled night from Brooklyn, New York. We're on season 3, episode 27, and today's episode might look to finally see the solving of the Tupac Shakur murder case from September of 1996. All right, for any of you listeners out there who are not familiar with the murder of Tupac Shakur, back in September 1996, after a heavyweight championship fight, Tupac Shakur was involved in a beating of a gang member, a shot caller, named Orlando Anderson. And after the beating, they were supposed to go to this club. And Orlando Anderson and his uncle, Keefe D, and 2 other members of his gang were in a car, in a sedan. And they were mad. And eventually they spotted him and they shot up the car, and he was inside and he was shot up severely. He died a few days later on the 13th of September. And it was a very, 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 very sad day for hip-hop music, and for hip-hop in general. Eventually the case went cold. Until Keefe D started talking about what happened in that car, who was around, and whatnot, only because Miss Wallace, the mother of the late rapper Biggie Smalls and Notorious B.I.G., was suing the city of California for $400 million. It's because of that lawsuit that wording came out, the information came out from that 1996 shooting of Tupac Shakur. And eventually it was enough information that was put out there a few years later on Vlad TV. I will get more into the article. There's a whole big article about it. It's on Yahoo. So the article is from Vibe magazine. It's written by Mark Griffin, and the title states, Keefe D facing imminent charges in Tupac murder after bragging about shooting. This was published on Monday, August 21st, 2023 at 11:20 a.m. So Mr. Griffin goes on to write, Dwayne Keefe Davis is facing imminent charges concerning Tupac's murder. The Sun reports Keefe confessed to assisting in shooting the West Coast icon during an interview with Vlad TV, and law enforcement has built a case ready to present to a Las Vegas grand jury. Now, let me tell you, for anybody that's not familiar with Vlad TV, it's basically a platform that's on YouTube. I'm not sure if the DJ is Russian or whatever. He is white national. I'm not sure. Basically, what he does is he caters to rap and hip hop and the culture of black music, and anything around it. He had Keefe D on his show, and basically Keefe D was just spilling his guts out, just telling everything the way it was and how it went down and whatnot, describing in very clear detail and how the murder of Tupac Shakur had gone down, which was crazy. It was just unbelievable, and it's almost like he just said it, didn't really care. But now, because of that testimony that he did on Vlad TV, it is coming back to haunt him, and it's going to be in a major way. Las Vegas, who really didn't want to investigate the murder because, let's be honest, they were being racist as hell in the 90s, especially when they call it a gang-style killing, rapper versus rapper beef or whatever. So they just didn't, Vegas PD didn't really want to get behind it to really solve the murder properly. In fact, they didn't really get involved with the LA police component and try to solve this murder. But now, with a new generation of Las Vegas PD and administrations and stuff, and since the death of George Floyd, there's been a tide change of getting justice for black people that have died, and especially Tupac Shakur. So now Las Vegas PD is about to go to the grand jury and ask for an indictment on Keefe D for his involvement in the murder of Tupac Shakur. Authorities stated in the article, Mr. Griffith states, authorities stated that they're looking at first-degree murder, potentially for Keefe D. The grand jury hearing will take place in private, with a jury deciding whether or not the evidence found against Keefe is sound enough to prosecute the man in September 2023. The homicide team did not enter into this investigation lightly. They knew that the world would be watching if they took any action against Keefe. They do not want to make any missteps. The outlet reports one key aspect was building a strong case and file of evidence detailing how Keefe was one of the 4 suspects in the car was pivotal in the actual murder, then the destruction of critical evidence. They have spent months pulling it together and continue to hunt down corroborating evidence and other possible witnesses for the grand jury, a source told the publication. We expect for this matter to become a criminal case imminently. Keefe has gloated so much about this that he has effectively talked himself into huge legal trouble. Basically, he's gloated. He talked about it. He gave names. He gave vivid details. He didn't care. I think he felt that he was under that deal that he had made with the prosecutor and / investigator who was looking to solve the BIG murder and the possible involvement with LAPD, with Compton police, and he was able to get this information on the side while he was investigating the murder. So in essence, he thought he was given the full immunity and protection, so he thought he could just say whatever he want and he won't get prosecuted for it. But lo and behold, it's way past that time period and he's about to get prosecuted for sure. The revelation arrives a month after Las Vegas police raided a home belonging to Paulie Clemens, Davis' wife. NBC News reported that Clark County Judge Jacqueline M. Bleff authorized a warrant to Las Vegas Detective Clifford Mugg to retrieve anything that could tie Davis to the Southside Crips, a Compton street gang. During the legal search, authorities seized 40 caliber cartridges, computers, photographs from the 1990s. And an issue of Vibe magazine featuring the late rap star. Additional items taken from the property were miscellaneous thumb drives, external hard drives, audio recordings featuring Davis and other unnamed figures, and a copy of Davis' book, Compton Street Legend. In his book, Keefe D revealed he was in the white Cadillac that pulled up next to the rapper and Suge Knight during the shootout that killed Pac in 1996. The book also detailed numerous experiences as a member of the Southside Compton Crips. So basically, he just went in and just gave his whole story, kept files and audio recordings. Who knows what prosecutors are going to find in those recordings, and those pictures and everything of that nature. Are they really trying to build a case? How strong can their case be into a grand jury? Will the grand jury indict Keefe D for a murder that happened back in 1996? We will find out. The audience, the world will find out soon in September of 2023. Anyhow, He described himself as one of 2 living witnesses who saw the murder up close, with the other person allegedly being Suge. The LV Review Journal reported that Davis confessed to taking part in Tupac's killing in 2018 after being diagnosed with cancer. The search warrant that we conducted is in connection with the Tupac Shakur case. Metropolitan Police Department Lieutenant Jason Johannesson said about the raid. It has been a while since the deadly September 1996 shooting. It's a case that's gone unsolved, and hopefully we can change that one day. And I think they will. I absolutely think they will. And I think they got the evidence. I think Keefe D is going to spend the rest of his life behind bars, in prison, and you never know. It's really up to the grand jury, whoever they select to, and see if they can listen to the evidence and see if they can indict him for murder, first degree murder as a conspiracy. Because 3 of the other members that was in that car are deceased. One of them, Orlando Anderson, the shooter who killed Tupac Shakur, died in a shootout himself in 1998. And the other 2, I'm not sure what happened to them, but they passed away as well. So honestly, Keefe D was the only one left alive, and let's see what Las Vegas does in this situation with Keefe D. Will he walk away, or will he be indicted and spend the rest of his life in prison? We'll soon find out in September 2023. Thank you for listening to this podcast by BKJMAC TV. Peace, love, always one.